When you break down your squad, you lose 3 very productive seniors from last year, but for the most part bring back the bulk of your production, headlined by junior pitcher Aubrey Utley, who would be a preseason All-America candidate. What have you seen out of her as she moves into an upperclassman status, and what kind of experience do you think she can bring for some of you younger players?
The biggest thing I see with Aubrey right now is more of a leadership role. Her first 2 years, she real quiet, didn't say a whole lot, just went out there and worked and did her job. This year, she's been named the captain. She's taken more of a role in every aspect of our program, being a little more vocal, just being that person that I think the girls understand they can look to, because she is a 2-time All-American, and she doesn't slow down at all. She works just as hard as any of the other girls.
The other headliner has to be Michelle Rupard, who is the conference's freshman of the year last year, playing right field. She'll probably look to move to the catcher position this season. Being only a young player, but being a very talented player, what do you hope that she can bring to your squad, as she'll probably move into the 3-4 hole in kind of that area where you lost a lot of your big bats from last season?
Yeah, Michelle's a very, very talented softball player. I was a little worried about her academics when she came in, but she's been on the dean's list twice now. Really did a good job in that area of it, and had a great year last year. We are going to move her some to catcher. Her and Melanie Wilmsmeyer will share the catching job, so she'll probably play some outfield too. She's currently injured. For having that high GPA, she's really not that smart, because she did have surgery 2 days before she came back on her elbow. So I'm trying to figure that one out in my mind. But it is what it is. But she should be back in about 3 weeks.
Looking at your infield, you return the bulk of your starters from last season, as well as some quality depth. Your main loss is Kayla Yawn, who's a first baseman, now a graduate assistant for your squad. Come opening day, who are some of the people that we should expect to see within that infield making plays?
Most everybody we have. Like I said, we do have some good experience coming back. We've got some seniors, Jackie Capicilia and Megan Robbins, kind of up the middle. Nicole Beck has been playing really well as the third baseman, Bo Wright and Francis. We got a freshman at first base. 2 freshmen actually, and they'll give us some pop in the lineup to take care of. But we're not going to replace Kayla or John Lee or Lipsy right away. I mean, those 3 were great cogs to our program, and they'll definitely be missed. But we do have some good recruits. Like Coach Arnold said earlier, I give a lot of credit to my assistants for getting out there and recruiting and doing the things that they do with these kids, whether it's hitting, the strength coaches in the weight room in the fall and right now. So I just kind of sit back and make the lineups and then hope it works for the best.
With as much talent and experience you have returning to your outfield, you obviously have 3 spots, headlined by 2 seniors, Erica Reinagel in center and Shelby Pullman in left field. Talk a little bit about those players and who some of the other contributors will be to your rotation in the outfield.
Shelby actually probably had our best fall. She did a really good job in the weight room, and she did a great job coming off of probably what she didn't expect was a great year last year. Erica has been another captain, another year for her to be captain. This is her senior year. She's a nursing major, so she's battled her schedule and everything else, but I look for big things from both Erica and Shelby. And then rounding out the other spot, it could be a rotation of 5, 6, 7 different people, so we'll just have to see how that plays out.
Obviously, everyone knows about Aubrey Utley in the circle, but talk a little bit about your depth at pitcher and who you think could be the number 2, number 3, especially with Bree Ford being talented, but coming off of a knee injury from last season.
That is a concern. We've got several freshmen that came in this year that have been working to try to earn that spot. Bree Ford has had some setbacks with her knees, so she's battling that right now. I think hitting wise, she's about 90%, but pitching and fielding, she's probably 60, 70 behind that. So Ashley Lutz from St. Louis has come in and done a good job. Jocelyn Glaze and Rachel Carter are all kind of been battling for that other spot, so we'll just kind of see what happens.
Finally, having such a high ranking in the preseason rankings, you're obviously going to take your everyone's best shot, especially from conference opponents. You're the 2-time defending conference champs, but I know it hasn't come easy. Who do you expect to pose the greatest threat to your run and hopefully making it a 3-peat in 2013?
Just like the other coaches say, every game we play in the conference is going to be a battle. But I look for Evangel. They're always up there. They've kind of added some new players. Baker, which was tough last year, they'll give us fits, and probably also Mid-America. I would say those would be the top three competitors. But again, Culver will be better. Peru's better. We just have to come out and play every game.
After making the national championship last season in Gulf Shores, Alabama, the host site moves this year to Columbus, Georgia. I know that's the ultimate goal for your squad, is to get back there and win the national championship, which would be the third time in school history and the first time in school history that Central Methodist wins a national championship from its softball program. What does your team have to do in the next 3 to 4 months in order to hopefully attain that goal?
I think it's going to take a little bit of luck, a lot of hard work, but we do have the talent. We can be up there. We've got a little different format this year. We're going to go to a kind of a regional setting for softball, so we're going to have more similar to a baseball model. There'll be 10 regions of 4 teams, then the top winner from each one will go to Columbus. So instead of having 32 teams in one site, we're going to go to 40 teams spread out and then have 10 teams at the final site. So we're kind of excited about that. That gives you another step. But again, we've got a long way to go before we get there, so we're just trying to get ready to play in 9 days and see what happens.